Welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. First, the headlines. President Tinubu applauds Governor Ododo on sound governance principles. Mass defection rocks the Kina as PDP, SDP members join APC. Ronaldo becomes top scorer in World Cup qualifying history. Now the news in details. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has described Kogi State Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo as pride of the accountancy profession, commending his professionalism, integrity, and application of sound financial principles in governance. The president gave the commendation when he received a delegation from the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, ICAN, and the International Federation of Accountants, IFAC, at the State House in Abuja, shortly after the 55th Annual Accountants Conference. The delegation, led by ICAN President Malam Haruna Yahaya and IFAC's President Mr. John Boku, visited the President to reaffirm the profession's commitment to accountability, transparency, and national development. In his remarks, President Tinubu applauded members of the accounting profession for their pivotal role in driving economic reforms and ensuring fiscal responsibility, noting that accountants remain indispensable in the nation's journey towards sustainable development. President Tinubu noted that Governor Ododo, a fellow of ICAN, has continued to distinguish himself through prudent financial management and accountable governance in Kogi State, exemplifying the values of transparency and discipline that the accountancy profession upholds. The president also commended ICAN for its partnership with international bodies such as IFAC and its contribution to fiscal and tax reforms in the country. President Tinubu assured that the federal government would give due consideration to ICAN's proposed amendment to its Establishment Act, emphasizing that accountability is the question and transparency will be the answer to many problems. He further urged the institute to continue promoting high professional standards to strengthen Nigeria's economy and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to policies that encourage transparency and efficient resource management. Moving on, the Kogi State government, in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Health and Social Welfare and some development partners, has commenced a 5-day implementation design workshop under the Maternal and Neonatal Mortality Reduction Innovation Initiative to curb maternal and neonatal deaths. The workshop in Lokoja, the state capital, brought together stakeholders from the health sector, partners and community representatives to design a clear implementation roadmap for reducing preventable maternal and newborn deaths in Kogi State. Declaring the event open, the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Abdulaziz Adams, reaffirmed the commitment of the state government to improve maternal and child health outcomes. The Commissioner, represented by the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Stephen Momo, says the administration of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo remains resolute in its drive to strengthen the health system, ensure safe deliveries, and secure better survival rates for mothers and infants across communities in the state. In a good way message, the country lead of the program, Dr. Dayo Adeonjo, who represented the coordinating Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Mohammed Pati, says the initiative reflects the commitment of the federal government to address the high maternal and newborn mortality rates in Nigeria. Speaking on the choice of Lokoja for the pilot phase, Dr. Bola Jonah, the sector-wide approach officer for Kogi State, says the choice was based on data indicating a high maternal mortality rate in the area. He says the workshop would not be limited to discussions, but would involve direct engagements with communities to understand cultural, economic, and systemic barriers preventing women from accessing healthcare. Also, in what observers describe as a major shift in the politics of Kogi East Senatorial District, hundreds of members of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, the Social Democratic Party, SDP, and other political groups in Odo Ward 2, the Kina local government area, have officially defected to the ruling All Progressives Congress, APC. Victoria Stephen has a report.
The mass defection, which marks a significant surge in the membership of the APC grassroots strength ahead of the 2027 elections. The Kogi State Auditor General Yakubu Okala received the campees in a grand ceremony that attracted community leaders, party executives, and supporters. Okala assured the new members of fairness and full integration into the APC fold. He emphasized that the APC remains a platform for inclusive governance and people-oriented leadership, urging the people to unite behind the transformative vision of Governor Ahmed Usman Ododo. Okala highlighted the achievements of Governor Ododo's administration in infrastructure, youth empowerment and security, describing him as a leader of the people whose developmental strides have brought renewed hope to communities across Kogi State. He appealed to the people to sustain their support for both President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Governor Ododo, stressing that continuity in governance is vital for the sustenance of ongoing development in the state and across the country. Speaking on behalf of the Decampees, Managing Director of Afri Oil and Gas, Hassan Suleiman, says their decision to align with the APC stemmed from Governor Ododo's inclusive leadership style and impact of Okala at the grassroots.
We are decamping today back to my mother's party, APC. I was a leader of APC before I left the APC for SDP. But today we are back to APC. And I want to assure all my followers today, as we are going back to the APC, the same good deed that and the same legacy that our leader YY Okala laid on ground, we are going to follow the step. And we are going to assure them that any good development that came from the state government is going to reach everybody.
In his remarks, the member representing the Kina 1 state constituency in the Kogi State House of Assembly, Shehu Usman, hailed the defection as a victory for unity and good governance.
We are here with our leader, His Excellency Alhaji YY Okala, to receive those that feel that there's no any other party except APC. And those who aggrieved people that went to other party, they have returned. So we welcome them home. And all of them said they have no any reason to do another party because their own son of the soil is in the center of the government of Alhaji Ahmed Usman Ododo. It is on that note all of them has resolved to go with His Excellency Party, that is APC.
He assured the new members of equal opportunities and full participation in party affairs. Also speaking, Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Grassroots Mobilization, Joy Oguche, described the defection as a celebration by the people and other political groups in Odu Ward 2, the Kina local government area, in making firm political decisions. Victoria Stephen reporting for Lugat TV.
The news roundup is coming to you on Lugat TV. We'll be back shortly. Stay with us.
In a world where marketing communication evolves, one conference is setting the pace for the future. The National Advertising Conference 2025. Over 500 marketing minds, 50 powerful speakers, 3 power-packed days of strategy, networks, and transformation. Join Nigeria's top marketing communication professionals at the Abuja Continental Hotel. Date 12th to 14th November 2025. It's Nigeria's biggest advertising conference. Learn, network, discuss, and get business leads from top local and international experts. Get access to more than 30 hours of actionable insights and tools to shape your 2026 strategy. Registration is 250,000 naira from 1st September to 31st October. Late registration is 350,000 naira from 1st November till the conference date. 2024 was great. 2025 will be greater. Register now at www.nationaladvertisingconference.com. National Advertising Conference 2025. See you there.
When the world shifts, we are there. From Kogi to the global stage. Hello, welcome to News Roundup, where we bring you highlights and key stories. I'm Sherifat Ibrahim. Every headline, every heartbeat, every victory. News Roundup delivers the stories that shape our lives. Not just the news, but the pulse of now. Politics, people, power plays, and the passion of sport. All brought to you with speed, accuracy, and unmatched clarity. Fast, fearless, and unfiltered. News Roundup every weekend, every story. Only on Lugat TV.
Attention, all students of Kogi State origin in public tertiary institutions across Nigeria. Is that exciting time again? Governor Ododo Student Support Season 2 is here.
Yes, the Kogi State Scholarship Board proudly presents the 2025 Kogi State Students Bursary Award. And guess what? Registration is absolutely free.
Eligible students should access the application portal scholarshipboard.kogistate.gov.ng. Fill out your form online and upload your required documents.
Applications open Monday, September 29th, 2025 and close Friday, October 31st, 2025. Don't miss this golden opportunity to get the support you deserve.
Powered by the Kogi State Scholarship Board in partnership with National Association of Kogi State Students NACOS under the Kogi State Ministry of Education.
Governor Ododo Student Support, building dreams, empowering the future.
Welcome back. The Kogi State government has cautioned private and public schools across the state against engaging in direct registration of candidates for the National Examination Council, NECO, without clearance from the Ministry of Education. The government warned that any school found guilty of bypassing official procedures would face severe consequences. Tosi Tolu Alojo has more.
The government warned that any school found guilty of bypassing official procedures would face severe consequences. The State Commissioner for Education, Wemi Jones, gave the warning during an interactive session with school administrators in Lokoja, stressing that the government would not tolerate actions capable of undermining its reforms in the education sector. Represented by the Acting Permanent Secretary Barikisu Omolayo, the Commissioner reaffirmed that education remains a top priority for the state, as reflected in the 30% budgetary allocation to the sector by the present administration. According to Omolayo, the substantial investment by the government is aimed at ensuring every child in Kogi State enjoys access to quality, affordable, and inclusive education. Reinforcing the government's position, the NECO desk officer in the ministry, Paul Baba, revealed that some schools had gone ahead to register candidates for the 2025 NECO examinations without obtaining the mandatory clearance from the ministry. He alleged that some individuals within the NECO state office were complicit in the process by clearing schools that had not yet met the state's requirements in exchange for illicit payments. He warned that the ministry might be forced to write formally to the NECO headquarters to disqualify schools that continue to flout laid-down procedures. In his reaction, Sunday Joseph, representing Demonstration College Okene, commended the ministry's firm stance and pledged that his school would continue to comply with all government guidelines governing the registration of external examinations. He also called on other school heads to work in harmony with the ministry to protect the integrity of the state's education system. Tosin Toluwaloju, reporting for Luga TV News.
And the management of Luga TV has expressed commitment to providing necessary environment that would build future media professionals for Kogi State and Nigeria. The special advisor on media to the Kogi State governor and promoter of the station, Honorable Ismaila Isa, gave the assurance on Tuesday during the formal induction of students on the Industrial Work Experience Scheme at the organization in Lokoja. He says interns at Luga TV will be provided with hands-on professional training at all times to ensure they return to their institutions of study better educated and prepared to take on industry challenges. Honorable Isa expressed gratitude to Governor Ahmed Usman Odudo for providing the outfit with the enabling environment to work and mentor the next generation of journalists, writers, public relations, and multimedia practitioners. Speaking earlier at the event, a senior journalist in Kogi State, Yabagi Mohammed, highlighted the importance of becoming a multimedia journalist, urging interns not to limit themselves to one aspect of the profession. Yabagi, who is also the Chief Press Secretary to the Speaker of Kogi State House of Assembly, reiterated the need for positive energy and creativity in media practice. On his part, the head of News and Current Affairs, Roland Bayode, gave an overview of the station's departments, including News and Current Affairs, Media Monitoring, Editing, Photojournalism, Graphic Designs, and Social Media Management. He urged the interns to explore each department and take initiative rather than wait to be taught everything. Also speaking, Mrs. Oiza Bello of the Federal Radio Corporation of Nigeria, FRC in Lokoja, encouraged the interns to write in simple language that anyone can understand. The Director General on Protocol to the Kogi State Governor, Alhaji Suleiman Ibrahim, who was the special guest, congratulated the interns for the opportunity to gain further exposure beyond the campuses. He described internship at Luga TV as a privilege and a stepping stone to professional excellence. He advised them to take full advantage of the experience to sharpen their skills and become the faces of journalism practice in Kogi State and the country at large. And on sports, Cristiano Ronaldo has set another scoring record as the outright top scorer in World Cup qualifying history with his double in Portugal's 2-2 draw against Hungary on Tuesday night. The goals put him on 41 from 51 World Cup qualifying games, moving him clear of the previous record holder, former Guatemala striker Carlos Ruiz on 39, with Lionel Messi third in the list on 36. Ronaldo has now scored a record 143 goals in 225 games for his country in addition to 805 in 1,068 games at club level, putting him on a staggering combined total of 948 career goals. Ronaldo turns 40 in February, but he continues to rack up impressive numbers internationally and at club level in Saudi Arabia, where he has scored 104 goals in 117 appearances across 4 seasons with Al Nassr. With Portugal set to qualify for next summer's World Cup and 2 years left on his Al Nassr contract, Ronaldo is projected to become the first player in recorded history to reach the 1,000 goal mark in official games based on his current scoring rate. And that's it on this week's episode of News Roundup. Until next week, I'm Sharifat Ibrahim. Thank you for staying with us.